Hi, this is Ira doing a vlog for August 17th, Sunday. Just kind of another day here. We woke up, we went to the park to cook breakfast, but remembered that shelter had no working power and our EcoFlow wasn't charged. So we went to the other park and it was reserved. So we reluctantly went to McDonald's to get a quick breakfast so we could get it on with our day. We've kind of committed to not eating out and trying to save money and be healthier. So that was a little bit of a bummer. I'm holding my guitar because I thought I might as well do two things at once, try to get more things done. So this is just me messing around. We went to a new bookstore slash coffee shop, I should say, to do our writing and Canva work and stuff that Nikki does. I didn't write down the name. I think it was called the Night Heron, Heron, Night Heron Bookstore and Coffee Shop. It was cool. It was downtown in Laramie, which is all just old. A lot of towns have the old downtown and the new downtown kind of thing. This is just the original downtown. It's not big enough to have a new downtown. And it's just in this old building. The bottom floor was very boisterous and crowded and had eclectic art and things, knickknacks and whatnot, and decor. And then we were setting up down there, and then we noticed there was an upstairs area, and we went up there, and that was basically like a library or their bookstore, I guess. But it was very quiet, actually. There was only two other people up there when we got there, and it was neat, a really neat atmosphere. Just we got a little table right next to a window, and we plugged in our EcoFlow and did our work. I did some research about replacing my laptop screen. It's messed up, which I've showed you before. It's cracked, and so I looked into replacing it, and I noticed that like there was videos about how to do it, and it looks very simple, really, but I noticed a fair amount of people were like, hey, it didn't work. I just have a black screen now. So it was like 40 some bucks or 50 for a new screen, it looked like. And it was kind of interesting looking at different sellers of the screens, because there wasn't any of them that had like a ton of reviews. There wasn't any one seller, so I was kind of like not feeling real confident about that. And I looked at like refurbished laptops and stuff, and you can get some of those for like close to the same price as the screen replacement. So I'm thinking maybe I should just get a replacement used laptop, and so that's kind of the direction I'm leaning now. Maybe I'll check out Sam's or Walmart too, because I have a Sam's membership. After that, I'm using my notes today. I checked on Fiverr to see if my gig was cleared to publish it, and my editing gig, and it said once you publish your gig, you can publish your gig once you receive a notification that your Form W-9 check was completed successfully. And yesterday I had received emails from Fiverr that said your W-9 form is being reviewed, and another one said your Fiverr seller account has been reinstated. You are welcome to continue offering services to clients. Now, I didn't know I had been instated or uninstated, so I was surprised to hear I was reinstated. And then it says my info was another email said your info was successfully verified. You can now begin selling on Fiverr's marketplace. So I think that had to do with me uploading my ID and taking pictures of myself, but the problem is it's inaccurate because I couldn't begin selling. So this is kind of typical of what you run into with technology. There's a lot of missing context. There's these kind of background daemons running, as they call them, that are just regurgitating stuff that don't necessarily make sense, and you're expected to understand that. So I did some research online. So it says it could take a few minutes up to a few weeks to have your W-9 check, like the checking of your W-9 form, completed successfully. And anyway, kind of boring details. I won't go into that. So I can't do that yet. I can't sell anything on Fiverr. So I moved on to writing my blog and for the day, which I posted, and a link to on my Instagram, and it should have copied to Facebook. So if you watch this, you might be interested in reading my blog. Then we went and DoorDashed. And I played some music in between dashes while we were driving around. I haven't been consistently doing that this week, so I tried to get back in that habit. And I got hungry, and I got out some chicharrones and put them in a tortilla, a low-carb tortilla. I did that twice, and that was satisfying. And we DoorDash till about 9. And then we did get gas. We had when we were all the other places we've DoorDashed, we were getting gas like every day or other day, filling the tank. Here, we hadn't filled it since like Monday. And now, granted, we were in the mountains, some camping, not using the car, but still, we dashed multiple days and drove to and from the mountains too before we had to fill up. We haven't had to use our air conditioning here, so that is a big one. We also did have the work in Fort Collins where they fixed our motor mounts and other stuff, but I wonder how much inefficiency there was because of the engine shaking a lot with the bad motor mounts. I mean, it seems like a logical deduction that you would be less efficient when your engine's shaking. Anyway, so we had some of the best mileage we've had in a while. We came to our sleep place and we ate instant noodles, like in a cup, the things that come in a, like a kind of like a ramen thing, but it's just in a cup and you just add hot water to the cup. And we added canned chicken and chicharrones. And that was actually really satisfying. The chicharrones aren't really that high in calories, you might think, because it's pork rinds, you know, like it's pork skin, I guess. And it does have protein in it too. It's not a complete amino acid profile, but when you pair it with something else, especially like a complete protein like chicken, you're gonna fill that in and get the protein out of it. So, and it just made it a lot more satisfying. What else? Oh, and we allowed ourselves a couple Olippops. Prebiotic soda. I think it's considered a prebiotic soda. Root beer, classic root beer. It's supposed to be good for you, I guess. It doesn't have very much calories, like 35 calories, and I like it. So that's all there is, I guess, today. I feel like I'm forgetting something, but we got tired. We're pretty tired at the end of the day today. We're just feeling it, and might try to start dashing earlier tomorrow so we can hit our financial goals earlier. What else? That's it. Sorry, it's kind of boring. Oh, there's an orange kitty that came around here where we're at, and he seemed like he wanted to say hi, but he didn't. And I saved a moth. That was yesterday, actually. I don't know if I mentioned that yesterday. He was on his back in the water. It rained, and I put my finger down, and he grabbed onto it, and I picked him up and set him in here, and he dried out, and he may still be in here. And then another insect came into the window today while we were going down the road and hit me in the chin, and I think he's dead. He's on the dash in front of me. I tried to give him a chance. I think he was a termite. But anyway, and we didn't get to see the crows today. Maybe we'll get to see them tomorrow. And we saw a antelope across from the Laramie High School, just chilling there. We saw a lot of prairie dogs, which we'd like to try to get some close-up photos of them. They're very interesting creatures. I guess they're highly social, and I think they're interesting because they oftentimes are like this. Like they look like they're praying, like prairie dog. But they do look like they're praying, and I think what it is they're holding grass or something that they're chewing on. And then they'll yip jump if they're startled or something to like alert the other prairie dogs. They go like, woo, they throw their head back and make this squeal, and they're interesting. And there are supposedly trout in the Laramie River that runs along the west edge of town here, or west side of town. It goes right behind us, actually, and we are thinking of maybe looking into trying to get like a 3-day permit or something like that, if they might have it, and see if we can figure out where might be a good place in town to try to catch some. Online said you can, that there are trout in the river, but I've not seen any people fishing it. If we catch them and we can keep them, I think we should eat them, because they are one of the most delicious fish, I think. And they're supposed to be very healthy too. And I guess that's it for today. So anyway, I guess I'll let you go. I think my guitar playing distracted. I might have had more thoughts if I hadn't been doing that, so I probably won't do that again. Sorry about that. But thanks for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow. All right, thanks.